everyone, I'm Cynthia. Today on Real Beauty, I'm going to be doing a balayage technique on my model Genesis. So Genesis' hair right now is basically a natural tone. Her hair is actually virgin, and what we did the last time is we added some highlights that were with color, so it only lifted a few shades lighter to give a very natural sun-kissed look. So the balayage technique is going to give her something that's going to pop really nice right in these areas around her face, and it's really natural and there's no blowout that's really harsh. So it's really perfect for this time of year if you just like that natural glow, and it's going to stand out really good. With the balayage, this is how I set up my tray. As you can see, everything is organized, really easy to work with. I like to have my plastic wrap at the end of the table. It's easy to break apart on the end like this. And this is my paddle where I do all my painting on. Over here I have my cottons. They're already ripped apart, so they're easy to place. This is the product that I use. It's the Agora Royale Vario Bleach, and this is the developer that goes with it. And Genesis is smiling and she's excited and she's loving it. The way I section Genesis' hair, I'm working off her natural part, the way that she wears her hair the most. Now I'm working from the front sections of her hair. I'm clipping them forward, and all the back of her hair is going to lay in the back. So we have 3 sections, left, right, and back. This is my butterfly clip. This is going to help you if you don't know the areas to pick. You're going to drag this clip up in the hair. It's going to already make these beveled type, pieces that come out of the hair. Those are going to be the points that you're going to want to highlight. I'm going to show you the consistency that is preferred to work with balayage. I'm squirting in the 30 vol developer, and I'm just folding it in together to get that consistency going. And this is what you don't want, that thickness. It's too thick to work with balayage. So you squirt a little more 30 vol developer in there until you kind of get the consistency of like sour cream. I know it sounds funny, but it's actually so perfect when you're doing balayage. All right, so we're ready to balayage. This is the section that I'm working with. I already had picked it out. So this is where I am going to paint on. And as you can see, the section is already kind of inverted towards her scalp. So it's like 1 inch width. This is going to allow the hair not to go on other hair strands. I'm going to put product on the left side of the board. This is where I'm going to be working off of the whole time. So anytime you need more product, you put it on that board. So the way I'm going to paint this on is from the outward part of this piece, so that this is the part that's going to be showing when she puts her hair up. I'm going to paint my first strand of hair, layering all the product only on the top surface and penetrating on the ends, keeping the roots nice and diffused. Then I'm going to place a cotton below, and this is going to allow it to not touch her skin. Then we're going to work up to the next section. Same way that I applied the first piece, and I lay the cotton next to the previous piece. And I'm working up to about her ear before I start working inward to the rest of the hairs. Now, all these pieces on the side that you're seeing are all the ones that are going to show when someone puts their hair up. So if they don't wear their hair up, you might not want to do them. But if they do wear their hair up and they want to see that color coming up, then that's what you're going to want to be doing. Now, the only difference between working from the outward strands that are going to be shown in a ponytail and when you start working in is you're painting on the outside of the hair strand when it's the edge of the ponytail. When you start working inward, you're going to be painting on the surface. So whichever way the hair lays, that's where you're going to be painting on top. This is what it looks like when this first layer is done. All the hairs are laying down and the cotton is beneath the hair strands that are painted on. Now I'm going to grab the plastic and lay it over the hair. Now you want to put this on very carefully because you don't want to tamper with it too much because it will mess with the hair. So you lay it on really gently and then you tuck it in through the sides. And then once that's done, you're ready for your next section. The next section that you grab is going to want to be about 1.5 inches to maybe 2 inches if the person doesn't want as many highlights apart. This is to ensure that the next hair that you grab is not going to go into the previous. As you know, with balayage, you're grabbing a section that's inward like a V and painting on the surface only. The reason this is because the hair below it is sitting up so that it doesn't stain the other hair or make bleeders. So right now I'm just working up from the bottom to the top of her hair, getting the same sectioning as I did before, picking out the same strands as I did before. So it's just a very repetitive step at this point. But every hair strand that you grab, same thing, you're going to want to just sweep that product only on the surface of the hair, not letting it seep through, and making sure it's really well blended as it gets near the root, only penetrating the ends. So this is the last section, and I'm just going to put the plastic wrap on the top. And this is pretty much how it looks like when you're done with the back. All nice and concealed. Now we're ready to work to the front. And just as we did in the back where we were painting the outside surface of the hair, I'm painting the same way in the front now. So these pieces are going to highlight her around the face. So they're painted on the outer area of her hair strands. I was not able to get really close with these shorter pieces of hair that you see that are her baby hairs. You cannot color these pieces because it'll look like her hair was fried because it's too delicate. This piece right in the front is where I want most of the color to just pop and highlight Genesis' face. So this is what I'm painting right now, that thicker strand that I'm just painting from top to bottom. I'm working from the bottom up. So this is my next section that I'm painting. I'm just going to work till I get to the top. I'm going to cover it with the plastic. Now I'm proceeding front to back, and I'm just about done with the top part. As you can see right on her part, all the strands are laying nicely the way that I want them to. This is how the left side should look when you're done. Now we're on the right side, and I'm just repeating what I did on the left side, doing a double strand. This is just 2 strands meeting into 1. So now I'm just going to section the next piece and work the same way up as I did on the left side, on the right side now, until we get to the top. Now I'm finishing with this last plastic on the top of Genesis' hair, and I'm going to put her under the roller ball. This is going to distribute heat all around her hair without over drying it. It's better than a regular dryer for this particular technique that we're doing. For the warm caramel tone that I want for Genesis balayage, this is the level of lift that I'm looking for. This nice yellow, even tone, root to end. I'm washing Genesis out at this point, and this is where I'm going to tone. I'm going to use Redken to tone with. So now I'm ready to style Genesis' hair with my signature blow dry. So this is the final result of the balayage technique that we did. This is one of the basic ways that you can do it, like how I did today. And as you can see, it's very natural in her hair. She's not gonna have a line when her hair grows out. And part of this reason is because when you're painting on the hair, it's in a vertical way. So when your hair grows in, it's gonna grow in a vertical way without having a line. If you do a highlight, it's in a horizontal way. So when you pick up your highlight and you're painting this way down, you're gonna see that line when the hair goes in again. So this is a really good technique if you like natural hair. To check out how I did Genesis makeup, tune in later this week to see how I did it. And don't forget to subscribe.